Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. So my Monday morning clip today, well, on the back of the seminar on Saturday, that was, I can't even mind how many I've done now, but another Unlock Your Hidden Depths seminar, the one-day seminar, and it went really, really good. And I think there's some changes in myself as I'm doing them, because the more I do them, the more confident I become, and I learn so much more from other seminars and from doing so much one-to-one coaching. And what I'm discovering is, and it might not be nice at the time, but the more direct and the more truthful I am with people, then the better the result. The quicker the kind of get yourself up what I call the hamster wheel of life. But I got asked a question. It was actually after, and I received loads of good feedback from it. So, thanks for that. I know I'm on the right track. And when I actually do this seminar, I can see the look in some people's faces at times, like as if to say, holy shit, like how long have I been carrying guilt, or how long have I been feeling like this for? And once I show them how like your mind and your body and your emotions work, it does really make you want to change. And the first thing that happens is that a lot of people leave the seminar appreciating themselves a lot more and with a bit more direction on where they want to go. But when you go out there into meeting other people, you need to realise it's like you that's went through the workshop or the seminar, and everybody else has still stayed the same. And I spoke about a zone in the seminar called a danger zone, I call it. And it's between things like blame, discouragement, anger, revenge, hatred and jealousy. It's like, and the reason I call it a danger zone is because people that are in it don't even know they're in it. Because there is something that feels better about blaming everybody else, or bringing other people down. It kind of keeps you a wee bit safe. But as I said, it's like smoking a cigarette or having a drink. You know deep down it's not good for you, but you get something out of doing it. And that's the unfortunate thing. There's such a high amount of people are in this kind of discouraging bit. And one person that went to the seminar left completely buzzing, and then got really dragged down with negative people, and asked me, how do I deal with this? Well, the only thing you can do is work on yourself, because you're never ever going to change everybody else. Jim Rohn says, if you can help just one person at a time, then you're doing a good job. And that's what I try and do, just as many people as I can help. But if we focus too much on the people that are not, the negative people, then you're never ever going to get anywhere yourself. So what I would say is, it is like fitness. The more you control these emotions, the fatter you become. And like fitness, you just recover quicker. So, negative people will always be there, and unfortunately sometimes the most negative people are the ones that are closest to you, and it's probably because they know how to push your buttons. So what helped me get past that, and what could maybe help you get past that, is try not to take it personally. Try not to take it anything personally. And if, especially for the people that were at the seminar, when you see the hamster wheel that you got on, they're just on their own hamster wheel. And I genuinely believe that good people don't, try and discourage people. And I think once you get to this place where I call it wake up, when you wake the fuck up to say, this is my life, and it's only me that's going to fix this, then you do kind of pull away from that, try to discourage other people from doing it. And I often say that, like, this zone's probably holding about 90% of the people out there, and they're the ones that tell you, why are you going to a personal development seminar? What would you need that for? And it's like everything. I think we all need something to help us understand who we are and why we do what we do. Because as I said, like driving your car, you just get up and you drive it. You don't think about driving your car, you just do it. And throughout the years we've programmed a lot of negative behaviours, and you just get up and you just follow those negative behaviours. So at some point you've got to say, right, no, this needs to stop. And what I would say about things getting passed down, because this is really what happens is, people go through a tough life and then they pass it on to the next person, and they go through a tough life. And I remember getting told this wee story, and it was about a woman who was making dinner for her husband and the family, and her mum was over, and she got this big piece of meat and she cut the ends off the meat. And the husband's looking at her as if to say, that's a good bit of meat there, why did you cut the ends off the meat? And she's like, oh, my mum did that. So he goes into the mother and says, my mother-in-law, look, you know, wife's in there cooking the dinner and she's cut the ends off the meat. She said, you did that? And the mother-in-law's like, yeah, I did do that. And the mother-in-law says, but my mum done that as well. He's like, I'm going to solve this. So he gets on the phone and he phones the gran and he says, look, I'm trying to work out this thing with the meat here because it looks like a good bit of meat that's getting wasted. So why did you cut the ends off the meat? And the granny says, my mum done it. So he's like, oh, think the game's over. But luckily the great granny's still alive. She's about 112 or something. So he gets her on the phone and he says, look, I'm trying to solve this 4 generations of cutting the ends off the meat. You know, it looks like a good bit of meat you're leaving there. He says, why did you cut the ends off the meat? And the old great granny says, because I had a wee stove. So the moral of the story is that you don't know the reason why people do what they do, so stop trying to work it out. But things will keep getting passed down, behaviours will keep getting passed down, all this stuff will keep getting passed down unless you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to put the ends on the meat. I'm going to make sure that life is for me and not for everybody else. And then when you do that, when you get better at that, and I always say that, like lighthouses don't go chasing the ocean looking for boats to save, they simply stand there shining brightly. So once you get to a place where you know yourself, your mind, your body, your emotions, then you'll be able to handle things quicker. So my advice would be to kind of walk around things. Just don't take it as personally until you know that you know how to handle it, because it's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change is the way you deal with it. You know, the people round about me, certain things have never changed, but it just doesn't bother me anymore, because I realise that, you know, it's like climbing the mountain of life. You know, as you get up to the top, there's going to be fewer people, but the view is going to be so much better. So it's not for everybody. You know, positive thinking's not for everybody. Personal development, moving forward, bettering yourself, it's not for everybody. But you've got a choice. You either better yourself or you go back down, you try and drag everybody up when they don't want to go up. So I always say that if people don't want to change, who are you to try and change them? Just work on yourself and try your best. The best thing you could ever do is try not to take things personally and realise that things that are going on with people are probably more about them and what they are about you. So, you know, and you're not in that surrounding all the time. So when you get out it, go and do something that you want to do. And then when you're back in that surrounding, practice not taking it personally. And I guarantee you'll start to feel better. But if you want to change another person before you change, you missed the point. You've got to do it for yourself first. All right. So that's the clip for today. Listen, guys, as I say, it was amazing seeing a sold out venue again. I've got, I think, about 10 tickets for the 2-day workshop. If you want to find out about handling these situations, find out a wee bit more about who you are, and learning more about this laws of attraction so that you can attract better things into your life. That's on the 10th and the 11th of September. So if you want a ticket for that, you know, get me at www.hiddendepthscoaching.com. And just before I go, it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow, so that's 2 years. That was pretty easy. So, you know, 2 years of ease. So, love you to bits, Leslie, and we're going away to Dublin for 2 days for a wee bit of a party. Okay, have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.